Hi there, welcome to Astrology. This is Vinay. My YouTube channel is actually dedicated to videos on traditional astrology, numerology, Vastu, and law of attraction. But however, for the past few years, I've been also trying to predict cricket match outcomes and also predict players who can perform well on any particular given match day. And these predictions are purely based on numerology concepts and methods. I look at the number vibrations for each players depending on their jersey number, their birth dates, and also the date on which the match is played. And I've been observing these predictions and its accuracy very closely for the last few years. And every year I'm trying to improvise it by adding the missing elements, but still these predictions don't work well on all the days, so you have to hear me out for 5 minutes to understand this, right? So these predictions may not work 100% every day because there are so many other factors also which influence a player's performance. So having said that, these predictions work miraculously at least 7 out of 10 match days. So please keep this in mind before you draw any conclusion on these prediction methods. And also you have to note that the list that I give of players every day, they will have the highest yog from a numerology point of view to perform better on that particular match day. The numbers which are supporting them will have very high favorable positive vibrations, which means they have the yog to perform well on that particular day. Okay, so another interesting observation is, please listen to this very carefully. So as I said before, 7 out of 10 match days my star players predictions is very good, which means the top run scorer and or the top wicket taker must come from my list of players prediction, because they have the yog to perform well on that particular day. But now listen to me carefully. If by any chance, if I have not predicted a particular player and let's say he scores the highest runs, on that particular day, then this is going against the numerology rule, which means in such scenarios I have seen that the opposite team winning. I hope you are with me. Interesting, isn't it? If I have not predicted a player and if he scores the highest runs, then his team loses or the opposite team wins. So this happens at least 95% of the times. Interesting, isn't it? Just observe this for yourself. Okay, lastly, as I said before, I have been researching over years and improvising this method every year to get as close as I can, which means a lot of efforts go into this. I appreciate if you continue to encourage me on this journey by liking the video, by posting healthy comments, and finally please ensure that you subscribe to my channel for more informative videos on astrology, numerology, Vastu, and law of attraction. Okay, thanks a lot. So before we go to today's predictions, let's look at what happened yesterday to our predictions on 10th April, match between RCB and DC. Unfortunately, RCB lost this match on the home ground. And the list of players, if you see, I had given a list of 8 players and there was one impact sub who played yesterday. So out of this 9, we had 2 people performing extremely well, and there were another 4 people who played well, if not match winning mark or wickets, but still they played well, which is Rajat, Virat, Yash Dayal and Suyash Sharma. Phil Salt, of course, played well, and then Bhuvneshwar Kumar took 2 wickets. And if you see Tim David, so this is what I'm saying always, and have also said in the beginning. So if you have not watched this video from the beginning, please go and watch so that you can also find winners based on one trick, which is basically Tim David, who was not given in my list. He didn't have any support yesterday, numerology support. However, he also scored 37 runs like Phil Salt, and therefore RCB lost, or in other words, the opposite team DC won. So just to reiterate, whenever there is a player whom I wouldn't have given in my list, but if he scores the highest runs or close to the highest scorer, then definitely what happens is the opposite team has a better chance of winning, and this happens at least 95% of the times. And moving to DC, yes, KL Rahul stole the show, and it was a very difficult pitch to bat on yesterday. Ball was not coming onto the bat, but he played with a lot of patience, and he ensured that his team win yesterday. So he played well. Tristan Stubbs, second highest scorer with 38 runs. Vipraj took 2 wickets. Mukesh and Mohit Sharma took 1 wicket each. And as you can see, more often than not, 95% of the times, the player of the match comes from the list that I have given. However, Kuldeep Yadav also took 2 wickets, but which was not predicted in this predictions. Okay, so this is how it works. So one thing that I want to reiterate is just watch out for a player whom I have not listed here in my predictions, but if he scores the highest runs, then remember that the opposite team has a better chance of winning. Okay, all the best.